Assalamu alaikum and good morning. Today I will explain one of the most important tests in ophthalmology for ophthalmology residents, for ophthalmology specialists, for everyone he need to know it. Today we will talk about a three-step test, or we call it Park's three-step test or Bolshevsky test, and how to know which muscle is affected. We talk about the vertical cyclo muscles. Let me go to the details of this test and try to simplify it as much as I can. First of all, there is conditions. We can't do this test for these conditions. Number one, if there is more than one vertical muscle affected, mostly it will be difficult and it will be useless. Number two, if there is restriction, so always this test for paralysis, not for restriction. Number three, after strabismus surgery. So after strabismus surgery, it's useless. And if there is skew deviation or myasthenia gravis, it will not be helpful. So when there is only one paralytic muscle from the vertical muscle, it will be very helpful. So what is the three-step test? Number one, we should know some important points before we go to the details. We should know the field of action of the muscle. Let me explain this. If you look at the right side, okay, at the right side, which muscle is responsible to elevate the eye and depress the eye when you look at the right gaze? I'm talking at the abductor area. So I look at the right, the superior rectus is responsible to elevate at abduction, and the inferior rectus is responsible to depress at abduction. Okay, but if I look to the left, who is the muscle responsible to depress the eye at adduction? Superior oblique. And the muscle responsible to elevate the eye at adduction is inferior oblique. So the field of action at adduction is superior and inferior oblique for elevate and depress, and at abduction, the superior and inferior rectus at abduction. This is very important point. Point number two, what are the intortor muscles of the eye that lead to intorsion of the globe? Always the superior muscles are responsible for intorsion. Superior oblique, superior rectus. So if you have head tilt to the right eye, it will be intort, and the left eye, it will be extort. The responsible for intortor for this eye is superior oblique and superior rectus. And the responsible for extortor for the left eye is inferior oblique, inferior rectus. So always the intortor are the superior muscles, superior oblique, superior rectus. The extortor are the inferior muscles, inferior oblique and inferior rectus. This is point number two. Let's go now to the Bolshevsky test. Bolshevsky test, it will help you to isolate the muscle to know which muscle is affected from these vertical muscle. So if the patient look at the primary position, always you should look which eye is hypertropic and which eye is hypotropic. Let us give an example. If the patient come in primary position, there is right eye hypertropia. Right eye hypertropia. What does that mean? That means the muscles are responsible for depress the right eye. Maybe it's affected. What are the depressors in the right eye? Very simple. Superior oblique or inferior rectus. There is a problem, so the eyes go up. Or the left eye is hypotropic. There is a problem for the muscles that elevate the left eye. The left inferior oblique or, okay, left inferior oblique, it will elevate the left eye, or left superior rectus. Okay, this is in a simple way. So when we have right over left, so maybe the depressors are affected or the elevator are affected in the left eye. Okay, this is number one. So in the primary gaze, you can know which muscles are affected, and always if one eye is over the other eye, there is 4 muscles maybe will be affected. Number 2, we should know at right gaze and left gaze, you can exclude 2 muscles of those 4 muscles. Let us give the example, the right over left. We have right eye hypertropia. He look at the right, but at the right side, everything is okay. There is no right over left. But when he look at the left gaze by his eye, the right eye become more hypertropic at left gaze, but in the right gaze, nothing happened. So when he look at the left gaze and there is right hypertropia, you should always think about 2 muscles. Number 1, right superior oblique palsy, because at the adduction, if it's become more hypertropic, that means mostly there is inferior oblique overaction due to the right superior oblique muscles, because you see the action at the adduction, and the right hypertropia at left gaze increase. That means maybe one of the cause is inferior oblique overaction due to superior oblique palsy. This is number 1. Number 2, or maybe there is no any problem in the right eye, the problem in the left eye. What is the left eye that make this eye more than the left eye? There is left eye superior rectus palsy. The superior rectus not elevate the eye, because at the abduction, the superior rectus should elevate, the inferior rectus should depress. So it should be in the center. They cancel each other power. But if the superior rectus is palsy, the inferior rectus will work at abduction and pull the eye down. So there is hypotropia in the left eye. So in the left gaze, right hypertropia, okay, in left gaze with primary position right hypertropia, so maybe right superior oblique palsy or left superior rectus palsy. How to differentiate between both of them? By head tilt. Very easy. At right head tilt, what will happen? The right eye will intort. What's that mean? That means the superior oblique muscle and the superior oblique, it will intort the eye and depress it. Okay, this is very important. What are the other intorters? Is the superior rectus. The superior rectus will intort the eye, but it will elevate it. Superior rectus, its main action elevation. The superior oblique is depressing. So at the right head tilt, there is intorsion by superior oblique and superior rectus. Superior oblique intort and depress, superior rectus intort and elevate. So the elevation and depression, they will cancel each other, so you will have a pure intorsion. So if there is any problem in one of these muscles, the eye, it will go up or down. So if there is superior oblique palsy, okay, at the right side, the right hypertropia, it will increase, okay, because the ability of intorsion and depression, it will be cancelled. So the intorsion and elevation by superior rectus, it's the only its work. So the eye, the right eye hypertropia, it will increase. So the first case, superior oblique palsy, there is right hypertropia, it will increase in the left gaze, and with the right head tilt, it will increase. Okay, if the right head tilt doesn't, nothing happen. So in the left head tilt, what will happen? If the hypertropia, it increase and there is right hypertropia in the left head tilt, okay, that means there is left superior rectus palsy, because the left eye, the two intorters, it's work together, superior rectus as superior oblique. If the superior rectus is not work, what will happen? The superior oblique will depress the eye in intorter alone in the left eye. So with the right head tilt, if there is hypertropia and big problem, that means right superior oblique palsy. But if nothing happen in the right head tilt, but in the left head tilt it increased, that means it's left eye superior rectus palsy. Okay, this is according superior oblique and superior rectus. Okay, so let us continue. If you have right eye hypertropia and this hypertropia increase in the right gaze, okay, at right gaze, the right hypertropia, it's increase. Here you have two options. maybe there is right inferior rectus palsy or left inferior oblique palsy. Okay, so by the gaze you know, but if it's in the other gaze, we said it's right superior oblique palsy or left superior rectus palsy. So by right gaze and left gaze we can differentiate now about right hyperetropia or right over left. Let us differentiate between right inferior rectus palsy and left inferior oblique palsy. Always we compare between two inferior or two superior. This is how the test will help us. So at the right side we said increase the hyperetropia, so maybe right inferior rectus or left inferior oblique. How to differentiate? By head tilt. If I make right head tilt, the intorter it will work, and the left eye it will be extort. So if at the right head tilt there is increase in the hyperetropia, problems in the left inferior oblique palsy. Always the problem in left inferior oblique palsy. If it's in the opposite, if I make left head tilt, the extorter in the right and the hyperetropia increase, the problem in the extorter in the right eye. So how to differentiate? If you understand the mechanism of action of intorsion and extortion, like in the right head tilt, the intorter of the right eye work, so you can exclude it very easy. In other simple way, how you can do it very quickly, just after you make the gazes, you always will have two muscles. How to differentiate between them? By right and left head tilt. Always the right head tilt, if I have like right hyperetropia and in the right gaze it's increased, so I have two muscles, right inferior rectus or left inferior oblique. Always at the right head tilt, always the problem, if it's increased, the hyperetropia, always the problem it will be in the inferior oblique. Inferior oblique palsy, always the highest eye, so the opposite, always the highest eye or the other eye that have hyperetropia, always at the gaze and at the head tilt, the hyperetropia it will increase. So if you have left inferior oblique palsy, the right gaze and the right head tilt, you will have more hyperetropia of the right eye. Okay, for the recti, it's very easy. You have, we said here, right inferior rectus. Okay, you have hyperetropia in the right eye, and when he look at the right side, the eye is go up. At the opposite, at the left head tilt, you can remember by here it's intorter, but here it's the extorter. The extorter it will not work. What will happen? Because the extorter it will not work, the inferior rectus. So the inferior rectus is responsible to extort and depress. Okay, and the inferior oblique here it will be extort and elevate. So the eye it's go up because the inferior oblique at the right eye extort and elevate, but the inferior rectus it can extort and depress. So always at the left head tilt, the eyes go up. I hope it's clear. I try to make it simple as much as I can. I know it's very long video, but it will be help for everyone to understand Wilczewski or Park's 3-step test. وفي أمان الله, and please like and subscribe and share the video, and thank you.